Hey everybody, welcome to our number 7 game of 2020. It is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Oh god, JJ. Okay, that was too funny not to let it play out, but yeah, so this is Miles Morales' Spider-Man game. Uh, so if you don't know, have followed up with this stuff, he is in the first Spider-Man game, and by the end, finds out that he does have powers after all, because he gets bit by a spider and gains the powers and all that kind of stuff. I believe in the DLC starts getting his training. At the beginning of this game, he is sort of still training, uh, but Peter has to travel to Europe on a business trip with MJ, and so he leaves the city with you. And this is kind of after doing an escort, taking back a number of uh, the prisoners that had escaped the raft at the end of the first game, along with a special. I don't really care. And surprise, surprise, the bad guys escape, and so you're left kind of cleaning up after him, after them and the other bad guys that are happening here. So nothing really too surprising. It's more Spider-Man, which is great by me. Spider-Man, I think, was my favorite game of that year, and I've enjoyed this game a ton, as did many of our people here. It's a bit of a smaller game, uh, not as long as Spider-Man, which is both good and maybe disappointing for some people. I think ultimately this is kind of setting up for uh, a Spider-Man 2 that you'll have probably both Miles and Peter, doing their thing. So yeah, so it has a lot of the same kind of side quest stuff. I can show you the map. You have an app now that people can contact you and give you special uh, like side quests to do. I've done a bunch of those. Also like training stuff, things that's what this one is leading to, is like the final test. Which luckily, loading this, he didn't say what's up, because you're just like, oh, congrats, and here's the final thing. But the neat thing, because this is on the PS5, uh, I can pull up, hey, here's, you know, we can do this like quick little mission here. I can say like, oh, let's just hop into that, and you just launch into it, and you just move over from here. So like, up, boom. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's for Feast. This game just looks fantastic on the PS5, and this is the mode that they added uh, here recently, a few weeks ago, which has ray tracing, on it, so you can see like, oh, I can see everything behind me pretty clearly. Well, as what's in these rooms, which is nothing too much. They're fairly standard things, so nothing too complicated there. But it runs at 60 FPS, which is great. Suck it up. What a nerd. Miles is a nerd. Is the reason why he's going to like an upper. He's got a couple of his own powers, like the Venom stuff, which has nothing to do with the symbiote, but it's like a powerful punch you can do, or if you're. Nope. There we go. I can look at this. Oh, look at this. Look. Also, much like the first Spider-Man game. Oh crap, he's gone. You can do your tricks and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, this is one of the things like I go boom right into the air. So if you're doing tricks, you can sort of launch into. Oh, actually, I landed on that. One of the coolest things I'll show you here. The suits, obviously, it's one of the more popular parts of these games. Is that they have, all sorts of suits from some of the very basic stuff. Like, hey, before he gets really his fancier suits, he has like these things. Why is it not showing them? But here's the one from Into the Spider-Verse, which I really like. As well as you can get a mod here that makes it run. Here it is. Okay, that one's pretty good. It's running at like 24 frames per second, which is an amazing feat for a game that you can have run at 60 frames per second or 30, which do not divide evenly into that. It's not like just have the frame rate, and you can apply that effect to any of the suits if you want. Hey, we got some tokens. As is like the others. Oh crap! Yeah, and I forget. There's one of the people that work in Insomniacs wrote up a whole Twitter thread about how much work went into this because it's a partnership between the art team, the animation crew, the programmers, and all that kind of stuff. As is with most of the suits on that kind of stuff. Because when they did the Spider-Man, they eventually added a suit that's from the Sam Raimi stuff, which you think wouldn't be that hard, but like the webbing is like an actual 3D uh, addition to it, so it's like a lot of intricate detail that has to be added on. It's like a lot of work. So that's you know the game has a lot of stuff. It's not super long. Like if I probably did mainline, it could probably be like 8 to 10 hours maybe at most. But I'm doing all the collectibles, all that kind of stuff. You got all that kind of stuff too. Uh, Miles and his friends have hidden these time capsules. You know, not only is there J. Jonah Jameson's podcast, there's also a new one, the NanaCast, which is actually positive about Spider-Man. Both Miles and Peter. Uh, so you got another little podcast thing to listen to. But yeah, it's kind of more of the same, but also I think it's a really good same. So I hope I have high hopes for what Spider-Man 2 is going to look like because I think very much could bring another Spider person into the game. For anybody that's seen like maybe the movie this suit is based on, maybe what one of those could be. Because I think it's a character that hasn't really been introduced in these yet, but uh, you know, here on the PS5, this is a fantastic version. You can get 60 FPS mode without ray tracing. They now have a 60 FPS performance ray tracing mode. that looks worse than the 30 FPS mode, but you still have ray tracing, so it looks really nice on that. It's just like the resolution, I think, is a little bit less and all that, so uh, it works out pretty well. And a lot of stuff here. The nice little social media feed here. You can see what Peter Park or Miles here is looking at. Tails Bodega. Yeah, he has a cat in the bodega that's named Spider-Man. So and it's set around Christmas time, so it's kind of perfect for what's going on now in the holiday season. So uh, that is our number 7 game of the year. Stay tuned for more games on this list. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and see you in the next video.